Hello and welcome everyone. This is a brief video guide on the new Deribit Position Builder. The Deribit Position Builder is a powerful tool that allows you to calculate not only the profit and loss of a single position but build portfolio positions and view the portfolio profit and loss chart. These portfolios can consist of multiple positions of both options and futures and will display the profit and loss of the portfolio as a whole on the chart. Let's take a quick look at the navigation on the page. In the top left menu you see the following options. This button sets the color scheme of the page. Quite a lot of our traders are fond of the dark theme, so we've included it in our position builder. If you've adjusted the page layout, this button will reset it to the default layout. As this is a modular interface where you can move and adjust the windows, this brings everything back to the default position. These toggles below with the green lights control the real-time connection of the position builder. The first, real-time updates. When green, this option will keep pulling live data from the Deribit exchange, including the positions from the account you've logged into. And this toggles whether or not you're connected to data from the production website, in green, or the test website, in red. For those who haven't used our test environment, this can be found at test.deribit.com. If you have logged into the Deribit Position Builder, you will also see the following additional options on the top left menu. Load Portfolio. This will pull in the current positions from the account you've logged in with. They will also be listed in the Positions table in the Portfolio tab at the bottom under the subheading Actual Positions. Clear Portfolio will remove all positions from the table at the bottom. This only affects the Position Builder and has no effect on the positions in the Exchange account itself. All orders will remain as they were. And finally, Share Portfolio. A URL link is generated enabling you to easily share portfolios and ideas with friends, work colleagues, or even on social media. If you just want to build theoretical positions and portfolios without sharing them, logging in is not compulsory. However, if you would like to pull in your live positions and/or share links to what you have built, then you will need to log in. To log in, click the Login button in the top right. You can log in to test or production accounts. However, make sure you have the correct one toggled in the top left before attempting to log in, as testnet credentials cannot be used to log into production, or vice versa. As the Deribit Position Builder will require access to your account through the API, authorization will need to be given when logging in for the first time. During your first login, you will get the following pop-up. As you can see, the permissions required are limited to read-only access. The Position Builder cannot execute positions on your account, so feel free to get creative and try out new combinations. Clicking Approve will give the calculator permission to read this data from your account. Be aware that you can also revoke this permission at any time by navigating to the API page of the settings in your account on a Deribit Exchange website. At the bottom, you will see the Authorized Applications section. This will list any applications such as the Deribit Position Builder, along with their permissions, so if you wish to stop the application having access at any time, simply click Revoke Access. Now that we're all set up, let's take a look at the Position Builder. At the top of the Deribit Position Builder, you can choose which currency you would like to build a portfolio for. Bitcoin or Ethereum are currently available and selectable much in the same way as you would on the exchange. Just below the currency selection, some statistics for the portfolio will be displayed. These statistics are based on the currently enabled portfolio in the bottom. These include the profit and loss, the delta, gamma, theta, vega, and equity of the account and the margin balance of the account. These can be taken directly from your logged in account. There is also a tooltip for each of the Greeks explaining what they represent. You can see these by hovering your mouse over each one. The Greeks will also update automatically as positions are added to the portfolio as well. Speaking of which, let's add some positions to the portfolio and show you how it works. For now, we'll stick to Bitcoin. On the left hand side you will see the Position Builder module. This can be used to select instruments to add to the current portfolio. First, let's add an option position. Make sure Options is selected above and click the drop down menu to select the expiry and then instrument and size and contracts. For this example, we'll select 2 of the 8,000 call options for the March 2020 expiry, like so. Once the short button is clicked, this will add the position to the portfolio module at the bottom and also to the profit and loss chart module on the right. You will notice the profit and loss at expiry is plotted on the chart in red, with the inflection point of course being the chosen strike price of $8,000. The much smoother green line underneath is the profit and loss line for the option today. This line represents what the position would be worth at each underlying price point today, assuming everything else remained unchanged. In the top left corner of the profit and loss chart module there is a slider. You can drag this slider along to the right to move this green line further out in time towards the expiry date. As you do so, you will notice the green line gets closer and closer to the red line, until eventually they converge at expiry. As the time to expiry decreases, there is less time for price movement, and so the profit and loss line moves closer to the expiry payoff line. Now let's add a futures position to this same portfolio. In the position builder module on the left, select Futures. As we've sold an option in the March expiry, let's add a long position on the March futures, like so. Once the Long button is clicked, this will add the position to the portfolio at the bottom along with our existing option position. Now the profit and loss chart module will show data for both positions together. We still have both the expiry payoff and today's profit and loss, and the slider can still be used to project the current day line out into the future towards the expiry date. It is also possible to adjust the positions that have already been added inside the table below without having to delete and re-add them. As this is a position builder, on the left are checkboxes. You can use these to select which positions will be included in the portfolio. These are groups so that you can also select or disable positions individually, all the futures or option positions, or the positions for a certain expiry date. The size, average price, and mark price can also be adjusted for all positions. For option positions, the IV can be adjusted as well. This will change the mark price to line up with the chosen implied volatility. You can also change the direction of a trade by altering the size. For example, if you change the size of a $5,000 long to negative $5,000, then it will become a short of $5,000 instead. If you change the size of a short option position from -2 to 2, the position will be changed to a long option position. The padlock icons next to the average price and mark prices can be used to lock the respective settings. When left unlocked, these fields will continue to pull in live values from Deribit. So far, everything we've done will be in a default portfolio, but it is possible to create and save multiple separate portfolios. In the top right corner of the page, select the portfolio menu icon. This will drop down a menu. Let's create a new portfolio called Short Strangle. And clicking the plus adds this new portfolio. Now select this portfolio in the list and the new blank portfolio will be brought into the screen. As we've named it Short Strangle, let's add a short put with a strike price of $6,000. And a short call with a strike price of $9,000. You should now have something that looks like this. Looks pretty good, right? This is quite a wide strangle, so it barely fits on the screen currently. Thankfully, there are a few things that can be done to customize the page. In the chart module itself, the mouse wheel can be used to zoom in or out. The X and Y axis can also be clicked and dragged to adjust the scale. By clicking on the chart and dragging, the whole chart can be moved around so you can focus on any points of interest. Each of the modules on the page also has a full screen toggle in the top right, allowing as much detail as possible to be on display. The layout itself is also modular and editable. Each of the 3 main modules can be resized and even dragged to a new position on the page. So if you prefer something different to the default layout, you are free to build whatever suits you and your screen setup best, and And if you don't like your new creation, there's always the reset button on the sidebar. Just remember, no trading can be done through this application. However, you can pull your real positions in from your Deribit account into the application. To do this, click the top left menu and then load portfolio once logged in. This will pull in the real positions from your account and add them to the portfolio you are currently editing. Positions pulled from your account will also appear in the table, but under a different subheading of actual positions like so. This is different from the simulated positions we were making before. And if you have real-time updates toggled in the left menu, these will update as you trade in your account. So you see, by utilizing this feature, you can not only see what the potential profit and loss is for your current positions, but also see what would happen if you added or subtracted different combinations of other positions before you add them on the exchange. Wonderful, right? Well, I hope you enjoyed this short tutorial on the new Deribit Portfolio Builder. Thank you very much for watching.